What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Rabid here, and today I want to go over shares and difficulty when mining, because it seems like a lot of you guys don't really realize what's going on here. So on the left, you can see my RTX 3090 on my Kaspa node. I'm using this as the example, but this works for any coin you're mining, whether it's a pool, solo mining, your own node, it does not matter. Shares and difficulty is the same thing. Now, if I get anything wrong, let me know down in the comments, but here's how it mostly works. So on the left here again, this is my RTX 3090, and you can see in between each hash rate number, I am pumping out a lot of shares. Now, by default on the Kaspa node, for example, it's defaulted to only a difficulty of 1, which means you're pumping out a lot of shares. Now, a lot of you think this means I'm going to hit a whole bunch of blocks here because I'm pumping out so many shares. So in reality, it doesn't really matter. All the low difficulty shares mean is it gets it to your average hash rate much faster based on that. Now, if you pump up your difficulty, you will find a lot less shares. It'll take longer to get an estimate on your hash rate and everything. But all that really matters is finding the highest difficulty share, and that is your block. So on the right here, you can see my actual bridge to my Kaspa node, and between little Octo 1, Octo 2, Rabid workstation, you can see the amount of shares they have all sent. And there's a lot of shares there for only 13 hours of uptime. I am resetting this every day to see how many blocks I hit. And so far today, I've hit 2 blocks in 13 hours again. Yesterday I hit 2. So I'm doing pretty good on this solo mining adventure, but I'm going to pump up the difficulty and kind of show you what it looks like now. Okay, so I'm in my config file here for my bridge on the Kaspa node. A lot of you guys are building Kaspa nodes right now to solo mine, and it keeps coming up. I'm finding a crap ton of shares. I'm so much easier to find a block this way than I'm finding so many shares. So those shares don't really matter. Again, they only dictate your hash rate faster. So by default, you can see hashtag here, minimum underscore share underscore difficulty, and it's 4. Right now, this parameter isn't even doing anything because you have the hashtag there. So to actually engage this parameter, you're going to have to get rid of the spaces and the hashtag there and line it up at the beginning. So I'm just going to do that right quick. So now you can see I have minimum underscore share underscore difficulty right at the start here, and it's at 4. So I actually want to move this up to like something, let's say like 16. So now you can see I have 16 there as my minimum share difficulty, which means it will not list any shares you find that are a lower difficulty value than what you have set here. So I'm going to save this right quick, go down, hit the save button. Sorry, it's a little laggy because I have so many screens on and I'm mining at the same time again. And now I just want to close out my bridge. Again, I have 2 blocks here found, so I'm just going to reset this. And I'm going to open up my Kaspa bridge. All right, there we go. So now all my rigs are connecting again. I'm going to let this run for a few minutes and we'll kind of come back and I'll show you what my 3090 looks like now, and it's not going to be finding as many shares. So I did hit the 23-hour mark, and sadly I had a bad day because I did not find any blocks. Oh well, it doesn't matter. You know, I was doing good and then it's just bound to happen. And not every day is super good luck. Anyway, so you can see the shares here on the left-hand side. You can see how I hardly found any shares. Now, these are shares that are reported because they have to be higher than the X set difficulty. And then on the right, you can see the total for 23 hours, which is almost double the amount of time of the previous one. Is crazy. We hardly sent any shares at all. And then I'll just bring up the other one here so you can kind of compare it side by side and see the difference between 13 hours and 23 hours at no difficulty pretty much versus the difficulty I set it to. Now remember, now what would be the best thing for this? Why would you do something? Why would you set it higher and so on? So if you have older hardware, maybe your node or something is bogging down, sending a crap ton of shares is causing more stress on your node PC. That's why you see a lot of pools have different stratums for different difficulties. It doesn't matter how many shares you send. All that matters is the share that's at that maximum difficulty, and that's the one that finds the block. Now, if you're really etchy on looking at your hash rate and getting averages all the time, then yeah, that's where you'll like those lower difficulties. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You could set the difficulty all the way to max, and if you only find 1 share, that's a block. So it all depends on the hardware you're using. Some pools even block connections that are sending too many shares because of the lower difficulty, and they kind of ban your IP for X amount of time. Then you can try again and so on. But this is kind of what's going on here, looking at shares versus difficulty and share difficulty. And, you know, a lot of people have a misconception of how this works. So hopefully this video kind of brought some light to you. If you solo mining Kaspa right now, you smashing out some solo blocks, hopefully tomorrow will be a much better day for me. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.